This is VRN, your trusted leader in e-motorsports.
Yep, could be.
All right, welcome back, Vigilante Nation, for round 5 of the VRL Premiere Series. This is VRN coming to you live from virtual Las Vegas, Nevada for the Jackpot Funeral 200 at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. My name's Alan, joined in the booth tonight by Ricky Wittenberg, and together we're bringing you all of the racing action here tonight. As always, huge thanks to my beautiful and talented wife, Lori, for managing tonight's race, keeping the entire operation running smooth, and making sure these drivers stay in alignment. So, with that, let's get into the details. We are a little bit early tonight, so we'll have an opportunity to talk a little bit more before we get to green flag racing. These guys are currently in their practice session. So the transition over here. Tonight's race here at Vegas, this is round 4. We're going to do 133 laps. That's 200 virtual miles. And they only have a 65% fuel cell, and they have an additional 3 sets of tires over the wall. So that's 4 for the entire race, what they start the race on, plus 3 additional. There are no fast repairs in this series, and the incident limit is set to 25 and 6. Cautions, Lucky Dog, and waiver rounds, all controlled by iRacing here tonight. Let's talk a little bit about the championship standings. Right now, we have Albert Anderson, a 99 machine, standing at the top of the leaderboard with 114 points. Chris Gomes in second with 90. The 81 of Jonathan Osborne is in third with 79. The 51, Dylan Bryant, has 73 points in fourth. And rounding out your top five is the number 75 of Stoney Benfield, the faster passer, with 70 points right now in the championship standings. Doing really well this season. As we clip over here, you'll get to see a little bit of practice here before they wrap it up. Let's take another 8 minutes, which gives us an opportunity, Ricky, to go through kind of what we expect here tonight and everything, but to get through kind of some of the other obligatory information issues here, like, what do you think the weather's going to be like? So here we go. If that pops up for you, there it goes. All right, so we're looking at, it's pretty mild out there. It's Vegas, it's at night. It is the desert. 74 degrees is your air temp, 79 degrees is your current track temperature. The humidity level is sitting around 23% and rising a bit. Wind is, nice, pretty stiff breeze, 12 miles per hour out of the west, but we are under clear skies. So should be lots of grip out there on the track for these drivers tonight, Ricky.
Yeah, that's normally how it goes in Vegas. There's usually a lot of high grip. Going to be probably a pack race, kind of like a drafting kind of race. It'll be interesting to see how it plays out.
Yeah, no doubt. So, I mean, lots of opportunities for strategies here. We'll see how these guys, what they come up with, and I'm sure it's going to evolve throughout the event, and depending on how the cautions fall, and things of that nature. Now, we had a race last week. Last week's race was at Phoenix. That was pretty clean. It had a few cautions in there, but it certainly jumbled up the finishing order in the end.
Yeah, Phoenix was definitely one of those races last week where it wasn't a typical race. Kind of raced a lot of green flag racing, but you had a few cautions mixed in. But some green flag pit stops and then cautions at the wrong times, at the right times. It kind of jumbled everything up. It was really a wild race.
All right, yeah, for sure. I'm going to take a check-in. We have a couple of penalties tonight. We have the 81 of Jonathan Osborne and the number 1 of Chris Gomes going to have to start at the back of the grid due to incident penalty from Phoenix. And actually, since we had a little bit of time tonight, I was thinking of perhaps getting 81 machine up here and talk to him. Hey, what's his plan, tonight here for getting himself out of the hole that he's going to start with? So let me see if I can pull him up in the booth, get him up on the camera here, and have a discussion with Mr. Jonathan Osborne. Let's see, where's he at right now? Here he is, down there in the race drivers meeting. Hey, Mr. Osborne, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got us. Jonathan Osborne, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. Do you have us? He might have us on mute. If I get the right name up there. You still hear me, Ricky, yourself?
Yeah, I hear you just fine.
I think I put him into the wrong. Hold on a second. I got him. Hey, Mr. Osborne, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got me?
Yes, sir. I got you guys.
Okay, I think I dropped you into the wrong channel there for a moment, but hey, we're sitting here watching you practice a little bit the next 5 minutes or so before qualifying. We noted that you are one of the drivers starting at the back of the grid due to penalty. We just thought we'd get your thoughts on how you think tonight's race is going to go, and what's your plan to dig yourself out of this deficit you're going to start with?
Well, I hope it goes green for the most part. I'm hoping that since I'm starting in the back here, if we get an early caution, I can come down and get some fuel and hopefully go a little bit longer than everybody on tires and have pressure tires towards the end of the race and have something to do with it.
That sounds like a solid plan there. Hey, Ricky, what do you have for Mr. Osborne before we let him get back to this practice session?
Hey, Jonathan, I would say it'd be a pretty big deficit for you to have to start in the back, but last week you wrecked early in the race. You drove all the way up through there, so this just kind of the same as last week, just drive through the field.
Yes, sir. Pass as many cars as I can tonight.
All right, buddy. Hey, thanks for talking to us. A little pre-race show. We got started early. We thought we'd get an opportunity to talk with one of our mainstays here in the league. Certainly coming off that win last week at Phoenix. is a high, but starting at the back is just putting a little extra challenge on you. But I'm sure you're up for it.
Yes, sir. I'm excited to actually start in the back here. I might get a little crazy up in the front. From what I seen there on Monday night, there's going to be some loose trucks, so hopefully I can stay out of the trouble and bring it home back-to-back wins.
Sounds good, buddy. Good luck to you. We'll talk to you soon.
Alrighty, thank you guys.
That's Mr. Osborne there starting. We'll find out where he's going to start at, but certainly starting the back of the grid. Probably not a terrible mile-and-a-half track to start at the back of the grid. This place kind of races a little bit like a drafting track.
Yeah, if I had to start at the back of the track, besides Daytona or Talladega, Vegas would definitely be one of the tracks that I would be more comfortable with that than other tracks. If this is Martinsville or Bristol, that would be a lot tougher than it is here at Las Vegas.
No, yeah, for sure. But just talking about tonight's track, we're shifting over. We're going to play a little desert chess again. We were at Phoenix last week, Vegas this week. Kind of sets the theme here, but this is a high-speed, high-bank multi-group battleground here in Las Vegas. Place where, momentum's going to be key. And like I mentioned, draft certainly matters here. You can burn up your tires if you want to in that first little bit of the run. I mean, you can go flat out pretty much if I recall here, Ricky, but you may pay for it at the other end.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of guys here that seem to do pretty well by being in the pack and just trying to maintain with the lead pack and maybe letting off a little bit through the corners. And then as the run comes along, seems like if they can save their tires a little on the front end, it really pays off in the back end.
Yeah, it certainly does. This is, like I mentioned, a 1.5 momentum super speedway. Doesn't behave like a cookie cutter stereotype, as we mentioned. It's fast, abrasive, brutally honest when it comes down to it. At long run speed, it's going to be highly dependent on how good you are at saving those tires. The aero balance is important, so you get a little bit of damage in these walls out here, and you're going to feel it. And you're going to see yourself fall off just a bit. So these drivers definitely have a lot on their plate this evening, and I'm up for it. I want to see. Hopefully, it goes green for the most part. I don't mind a little action here and there, but I mostly want to see green flag laps.
Oh yeah, and I think a lot of the guys here want to see green flag laps too. So what you'd hope that they would do is kind of settle in and try not to go too crazy at the beginning of the race, and so they could be there at the end.
Yeah, for sure. One other guy we got in here, let's see. Maybe we'll get a quick word with. They can talk to Kyle. Hey, Kyle, Sal and Ricky in the booth, what do you got me? Kyle Bach, are you there?
What's up, Pop?
Hey, what's going on, buddy? Been a long time since I've seen you. Seems like, how you feel about tonight's race?
I don't know, dude. My internet's gone out twice so far. So I reset the modem. I don't know what's going on. You're my father. I've told you all the problems with this, everything that's going on here. But fingers crossed for tonight. I don't know. We'll see.
Hey guys, really quick.
Well, I wish I could help you out with that. Maybe Ricky can. He seems to be like the internet whisperer. What you got for him, Ricky? Anything? Any tips?
No, I would have to dig through it. I just me and the AI would talk to you and try to figure it out.
Yeah.
Right now it's just helping me code different apps, so it's pretty smart. It's a lot smarter than I am.
Yeah, I'm fingers are crossed, and I'm just gonna try to stay on the track. Hopefully not, because last week my internet dropped as we gridded, so I entered the race 3 laps down, and I was never able to make up for that. I passed a lot of cars, so I felt like I was doing well, but I'll never know truly how well I could have done last week, and I'm hoping it's not the same case here.
Yeah, here's hoping. I want to see some racing out of you tonight. That'd be awesome. And good luck to you, man, as we're about to close this up. So you're going to go qualifying here in a moment.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Thanks, y'all. Hope it's a good race for y'all, and can't wait to watch it back.
Yeah, buddy. All right, man. I love you, man. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah, I love you too, Pop. All right,
Bye.
Thanks, Pop. Later, Ricky.
Hey, buddy.
All right. We'll see how this goes for him, as we're going to see these guys start to do their qualifying run here. We'll see who's going to get to pole position for tonight.
I'm not gonna qualify. Just make sure my
Here
steering
we
is
go.
straight in this 40.
Anybody on track? Yeah, here we go. Scott Milner. making his way out onto the
Sorry,
track.
John. Thank you.
Got races with us out of Pittsburgh, Indiana.
Oh, fine. Just making sure my steering is straight. Alright, thank you, buddy. Yes, ma'am.
You look at his Bass Pro Shops number 19 machine. It's a good opportunity to look at some of the paint schemes. So he's out there right now. Let's see, we got John Gallagher out there on the track with it. I don't think we've seen this out of him yet. Ricky, this camouflage machine he's got going here looks pretty cool. It's like the old Woodland camis for all you veterans out there.
Yeah, it looks really good under the lights. I like the reflection on the camo there.
We got Greg Dobson. Greg Dobson has an onboard camera with us tonight. I'll go ahead and mention those right now. We'll see if anybody else joined it as well. Oh yeah, so we got Kelly Kill in the 01, Greg Dobson, the 085, 81 of Osborne, the 29 of Mayberry, the 16 of Kyle Vaught, and then we just had the 89 join us, Greg Goodenough, and he also gave us a heart rate monitor, so that'd be pretty cool. We get a chance to take a look at that. Let me jump through some of these other guys here and check out their paint schemes. Oh, Mike Evers just popped in, running his traditional America paint scheme. Love it. Aaron Warren out there in the Alabama light scheme. Jacob Alicia and his, he must love bubblegum, man. He runs two different kinds on his truck.
Cover both sides.
But yeah, right. Dave out there with his Blue Fox number 29. Phoenix Racing's Andrew Cawthon. I like the flat black paints like that. A lot of people don't necessarily like them. I like them. Here's Deion Jones with his revised Mountain Dew scheme. I like it. I think it looks good.
Yeah, that's sharp.
George Rincon. Looks like he's changed up his hood a bit there. Yeah, looks like a drag strip or something, or certainly a straightaway. Ace Tech Sports Machine, Goodweiser. Kelly Kill, you can't miss him in this VRN highlighter green, I think. What would you call that?
Yeah, I don't know, that high vis green. So yeah, definitely highlighter green, high vis, something like that.
We got Craig Goodenough mentioned he has a heart rate monitor tonight in the new Ram truck with a Grizzly paint scheme on it. Dylan Bryant not running the Superman colors tonight. Looks like HendrickCars.com. I think we hit everybody pretty much sure is out there now. Let's take a look. Here's Kyle Vaught in the Sharker Graphics number 16. Rate line number 47, John McAdam. I like the simplicity of that. It looks pretty cool. Dustin Wade popping in with his Fox number 68 graphics machine. Yeah, man. They're getting to put down laps right now. Tim Pope is at the top of the leaderboard. Already finished his qualifying run here. Looks like some of these guys are wrapping it up here. Should be. They only got like another minute to knock it out. John Shane Bachler, Louisville, Kentucky. He's pulling down right here. Pretty much done. Like he's running 13th at the moment. Give you a full rundown once they finish it up here. Anything in the chat?
Yeah, we've got some people out here already. Tim McAdam, cheering on John McAdam. We have we got Papa Anderson out here. Tim Brown says happy race day Wednesday, hoping for a good race and podium finish for the 47. He's had some poor luck lately, but hopes all that changes tonight. And Red Arnell out here for Craig Goodenough.
Awesome. So, hey, while we're thinking about it, folks, and we check out the chat, we like to read your comments on the air. We ask that you keep it safe for work. That is, something that you wouldn't mind your mom hearing you say, for instance, if you have a good relationship with your mother, that is, I guess. But we had some issues on the last broadcast. I want to apologize to the audience out there who watches this. We are not looking. There can be no personal attacks against other viewers or other drivers. Just pull for your driver. Don't necessarily root against another driver. We ask that you do that. We want to keep a certain climate here in VRN and in the Vigilante Racing League. We hope that you would honor that. And if you don't, we'll just end up having to block you so that that way we can maintain our environment. So enough of the negative. I just wanted to mention that so we can keep it where we want it as these guys are starting to grid up, Ricky.
Yeah, sometimes people get a little carried away, and you have to remind them that it's all this is just all for fun, guys, all for fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if I can get this starting grid up for you. We'll run through that. And there it is. So, top step of the podium, Tim Pope, Jason Gaines second, John Gallagher third, Scott Roney fourth, Dylan Bryant fifth, Albert Anderson sixth, Craig Goodenough seventh, Jack Dixon eighth, Jacob Alicia ninth, and 10th place, Dustin Wade.
In 11th, you had Aaron Warren, Greg Dobson 12th, Trevor Robertson 13th, John Shane Bachler 14th, Scott Milner 15th, John McDonald 16th, Russ Kilgore 17th, John McAdam 18th, Dave Mayberry 19th, Anthony Williams in 20th.
In 21st, we have Mike Adamson. 22nd, Stoney Benfield. 23rd, Kelly Kill. 24th, Gordon Spain. Jesse Redding 25th, George Rincon 26th. 27th, Kyle Vaught. 28th, Michael Brooks. 29th, Andrew Cawthon. 30th, Mike Everidge, Dion Jones in 31st. Chris Gomes, 32nd. He must have had a problem on his qualifying run. In 33rd, rather, Jonathan Osborne, who was not able to qualify. Actually, Chris and Jonathan both were the ones I mentioned earlier, starting the race tonight with a penalty, starting at the end of the longest line. So that's what's going on there. Anyway, so we're all set, folks. We're getting ready to go green here. It's going to be a great race.
Well, I think.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say one thing to look out for sure. I know Tim Pope's pretty good at most of the tracks. Starting up front on the pole, that probably will get some people's attention if he's that fast in qualifying. Because sometimes you don't qualify just as good, and he kind of works his way up. But he's starting up there tonight.
Yeah, he's prepared, and that doesn't. I know anytime I've seen him do that, that doesn't bode well for the rest of the field unless they kind of get him off cycle, that is, and with an untimely caution.
Yeah, there's a lot of racing to go tonight, and there's a lot of drafting early, so, not like he's going to be able to run away from the pack. There's going to be a lot of these guys staying on top of each other.
Yeah, for sure. They're making their way down the backstretch here for just one parade lap. You're going to see this pace truck pull off as they pass pit lane. The first start of the race will be on Barney the Flagman, so they start the race, not the leader. But any subsequent restart after that we end up having, Ricky, is going to be the leader once they enter the restart zone. So that's the difference there. I do like the 83 Lowe's machine there on the outside too of Jason Gaines. That looks really nice. A lot of great looking paint schemes for these guys this evening.
Yeah, thank you. That Lowe's paint scheme is one of mine, done for Jason a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, it looks good. We're going to see this truck pull off right here. Barney's going to throw that flag out there, and bam, we are underway. When you start so far 2x2 as they head down to turn 1. And Pope has the advantage on the inside line there, followed by John Gallagher, looks like. Take a look from over the shoulder here. Yep, it's Gallagher right there in that bottom line. 83's holding tough on the outside there. And over time, that outside line may become a little more dominant, but right now that low line is the shortest distance around the track. And it's barreling in there, 1 and 2. Oh, the 83's out of shape.
No.
He's okay. Looks like we're still under green. That is probably got a little bit of damage there. Good on this side. I'm going to have a hard time getting a look at the other side, though.
In the back, there's somebody spin. There's 2 or 3 spins in
Albert
the back.
Anderson went off track.
Oh, and he gets destroyed. Goodness.
Oh, we just saw Albert Anderson go through the grass, and that's where the rest of the wreck starts happening right there. Yep, good enough in the outside wall. 75's involved. Kelly Kill's involved. The 29. This is pretty big. And we'll back it up and take a look at all this. Early on, folks. Early caution here. lot of guys are going to have damage, and they don't have the luxury of fast repair, so they're going to have to do this manually. Right now, we're looking at the truck of Albert Anderson here in the middle. It looks like it starts on that bottom there in front of the 75, though. Take a look. Very good enough. You're riding along with him. Yeah, he just gets loose there. And I'll tell you who he is in just a second.
Come on.
Oh, yeah, 123 of Gallagher.
I see you.
Gallagher gets loose. He only drops 10th, but he gets loose on his own, looks like. No contact. Yep. Just gets loose. Gathers it back up. Gets loose again. And then that just goes from there.
Or you might have to give me 30.
Let me get a better look here. 31 gets in the back of him a little bit there, but then he touches him in the 99 touch. 99 goes to the grass. I think he's going to be okay, but then there's additional contact here.
Yes, sir. Sorry, it just now told me.
Maybe some of these other drivers. 89. Oh, man, so 23 got by. 5 did not. 75 got a little bit of it, and so did Kelly Kill. And that 01 machine.
Yeah, him and Kelly both got a lot more of that.
21 at Reading was in it. Yeah, that's rough. Let's take a look in the chopper view. We'll probably see more. Already happening up in front of them. This is just kind of like the additional carnage. They got slowed up pretty good. 21 couldn't. Gets a little piece of the 29. 19 gets a small piece.
All right, thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think the 29 went right into that outside retaining wall also. Watch him right here. It's Dave Mayberry. Not bad. Not bad. Oh, I mean, it could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, that's two weeks in a row, though, that the 29's been wrecked, I think, in the first couple of laps of the race. Luckily, this one doesn't look nearly as bad as last one.
Yeah. We still got Michael Brooks, Greg Dodson, and others on pit lane. But this, I don't think they really have damage. They're just chopping off here. There's Brooks in the 74, Jonathan Osborne. Jason Gaines. I think Anthony Williams might have got a little bit. Yeah, he's got damage. You can see it right there. He's missing his right front fender. Jesse Redding was certainly involved in that. That's a rough way to start. Only 5 laps into this thing.
Yeah, and I mean, that's a lot of fast trucks that they got some damage to, and not little bit of damage either. They got some pretty heavy damage.
Yeah. The lights are out. We're going back to green here. So we're making our way through 3 and 4. Tim Pope's your leader. Dylan Bryant second. Scott Rowing third. Jack Dixon fourth. Jacob Alicia fifth. Sixth place, Dustin Wade. Albert Anderson Sr. out there saying, "Oh no." Yeah, look, but I think 99 got away with that without much damage. We're back underway. Incredible jump there by Tim Pope. Scott Roney's going to get out there and try to get second from Dylan Bryant. Yeah, these boys might be in trouble here tonight. Pope looks like he's a man on a mission.
The safest place may be out front with the way the trucks are so loose.
Yeah, these guys get a little broader look here. Great field here tonight. 33 trucks started this race. Might have a couple already out. Michael Brooks looks like he's on pit lane, and Jesse Redding. We saw Redding was involved in that action. He must have sustained more damage than we realized. Dylan Bryant takes the lead over from Tim Pope there for a moment on the outside. He's going to fight
Oh,
back, though.
Kelly killed Rick again.
Yep, yellow's out. Looks like at the moment of caution, Bryant's going to hold on to the lead.
Actually, he's not. He is crawling.
Here's Kelly. He's missing the rear face of his tailgate there. Probably not good for aero, and that's probably exactly what happened right there. He collects the number 4 with him.
Yeah, that's just a product of not having a rear bumper and just being so no downforce. I'd say that's probably what we got.
That's rough. Still out there. Four Machines getting an EOL right now. He's pretty tore up. That being Deion Jones. Yeah, look at that. That's going to take some time to fix. He might be able to fix and get back out there.
Yeah, he took a pretty good shot there in the right front where Kelly was coming around. He didn't have anywhere to go. That's going to probably be pretty significant repair time if he can get it fixed.
Taylor Provak's out there saying hello to everybody and hello to Lori. Thanks for joining us, Taylor. I'll run it right now. Let's see. Looks like he's in 11th. Deion Jones races with Phoenix Racing. Let's get a quick word with him. I'm sure he's not crazy about what happened to him, but he just got unlucky there. Hey, Deion Jones, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got us.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, man, rough start to the race for you. You're going to be able to get back in this. You kind of got collected totally not of your making. I don't know how much damage you're going to have. Your truck looks pretty rough right now.
Meatball, I'm done.
Oh, that's terrible. I hate that for you, man. We were talking about your paint scheme here tonight. It looked like you under the lights looks great. I hate the green machine's going to be out of it so early. But hey, man, better luck to you next time. Next week we're going to Darlington. How do you feel about Darlington?
I don't know. I'm not the best on those small tracks.
Yeah. Hey, Ricky, you got anything for Deion before we let him go?
Oh, buddy, there's nowhere you could go there. I've watched the replay a couple of times. I know it happens, but it's one of those things. Some days you're the windshield, and some days you're the bug. And looked like today you might have been the bug.
I might have stayed off Kelly's tail if I thought about it, because it doesn't have a tailgate on there.
Yeah, we were noting that as well. But hey, man, thanks so much for talking to us, and better luck to you next week.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, man. Deion Jones, we're coming around here to go back green here with 10 laps in the books. Lights right on top of the pace truck. We're definitely going to hit it this time. Still your leader, Tim Pope. Jacob Alicia now second. Trevor Robertson third. Howard Anderson fourth. And Dylan Bryant rounding out your top five. So these guys hit pit lane because Dylan Bryant was leading when that caution came out. I doubt anybody took tires. They have so few. I don't see any pit times for Tim, so they didn't go in, but Dylan Bryant did. He's your first truck who hit pit lane.
And I think he probably just got gas more than likely. I'll give you a little housekeeping note. My computer's doing that really cool thing where it has epilepsy, so I can't see real well on my iRacing tonight.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on, but I'm watching yours.
All right, Perv. We're about to go green here. It's going to be inside the restart zone we're approaching. Hope is going to control the launch, and there we go. It's a good launch over the 31 and the 99. Jacob Alicia and Albert Anderson, respectively. Albert Anderson going to fight hard on that inside line. He wants to get up to second place there in that VRN tow call machine. And he has a slight advantage at the moment over Jacob Alicia. Ooh, quick move there by the number 51, Dylan Bryant. Gets down there, he's going to try to take over third position. Yeah, 99 looks like he's going to try to track down Tim Pope here. Riding on board with Albert Anderson Racing out of Washington, D.C. Had some bad luck the last few races. He is still your points leader here for this season by a pretty good margin. I think it's 24 points coming into this race.
Yeah, Albert was he done a good job early in those first 2 super speedway races, really stepping out, winning both of them, and getting a huge points gap going.
Going for the lead right now underneath the 7 machine, looking to take over the top spot. And he's out front right now at the moment. Should be at the line as well. New leader Albert Anderson, but he's still got a fight on his hands on the outside there. Neck and neck. Going to come down to the pushers, probably the 51 and the 47. And they're fighting. A little bit of door music between the 47 and that 51. Now, is the 7 machine just sitting out there saying, hey, man, go ahead and burn your tires up there down on the bottom?
Yeah, I think Tim, where he's running now on the track, he probably feels like he's saving his tires.
He wants to get in the surge there on the outside. Going to go up there, probably break the stalemate between the top 2 drivers. Devin had a little bit of an advantage already. 51 gets to his bumper. That's probably going to be the difference. 99 coming back further on the inside. This is good, really good racing up there in the front. There's not much margin for error. These guys, like we mentioned, it does race a little bit like a super speedway. 51 to 47, really close there. 47 is thinking about shooting through the middle. 47 to John McAdam. Oh no!
Dylan Bryant.
And the 31 of Alicia. Now, they pretty much took care of it, but I don't know if other people were involved. It's like only the 2 of them right now. Wow. That's just as I was bragging on. Lori's going to say that was the curse of the broadcaster.
I can't tell a whole lot about what's going on, but there's definitely some other collateral damage because I see Trevor Robertson is destroyed.
So here we are. We're going to take a look from this. There we go. Back to the chopper cam. I think we're on like average, actually. We need to be on. Let's go to the right. Find the 51 here. Here we go. It's already started. So I was mentioning how the 47 was thinking about going through the gap there. I think this is where it starts. Yep, he just kind of, I don't know, let's take a look at it from a different angle, but the 47 and 31 certainly get together in dominoes. The 51. It didn't get any damage. I don't think either of the drivers really got any damage.
There was definitely, I think, watch Trevor Robertson. I can't, like I said, I can't see great, but I know he's got a bunch of damage, so something happened with him.
Number 6 machine. Let's find that one here. Here he is. Here we are on a backstretch, and yep, this happens right here. Happens right in front of him. He gets a piece of the 31. Looks like it damaged his. He can't turn.
His front was broke. Yep. Oh.
That collects a 123, the 89. Who's that mobile one up there?
Oh. 82, and I think there's that George Rincon that gets it.
Yeah, so that's the 12 of Shane Bachler, the 89, the 88.
Oh.
Who didn't get, probably a shorter list of who didn't get a little piece of this.
We're less than 20 laps into this race, and I think there's like probably 12 trucks that are basically jumping.
Yeah, pretty tore up. Wow. See if we can take a look at some of these trucks. Mike Adamson, he's pretty tore up right there.
Yeah. Average, Adamson,
Gallagher, good enough.
Gallagher, Rincon, good enough. I mean, all these guys are,
He's-
they're effectively out of the race, even if they're not out. They've got major damage.
Yeah, Aaron Warren takes over as your leader right now. A bunch of guys made it this opportunity to hit pit lane. So you got Aaron Warren, Jonathan Osborne second, Andrew Cawthon third, Albert Anderson is in fourth, Dustin Wade rounds out your top 5 there with Tim Pope now in the 6th position, who was your leader. And I want to say, if I'm taking a quick look here,
You're up top there.
lap 17 was that caution. Albert Anderson is leading all the drivers who pitted here on lap 17 for this caution. Fixing up the camera thing here, man, real quick. We're gonna go back green here. You can see these guys making their way around there.
Yeah, Jesse Redding in the chat said he thinks he's going to become a cheerleader. It's safer here in the chat. I think tonight. You're definitely right about that.
Right. Here we go. Back underway. Aaron Warren gets a good jump out there. The fight's on for second place, though. 23 machines out there. Excuse me. 22 machines out there in the wind. Andrew Cawthon looking to take some action, though, here on the bottom at number 10. 99 pushing him for everything he's worth there. 023 of Roney down in there.
Ooh, man,
That
they're
was
still
tight.
really loose. Oh, goodness. The 3 wide right behind him. God, man, that was Dustin Wade almost. That's so good.
Here we go. What you talking about there? Dustin Wade, the 023. Of Roney and McAdam in the 47. All this happening in front of your previous leader, Tim Pope, there, number 7 machine. He's probably not liking what he's seeing. Andrew Cawthon still holding that lead. Albert Anderson's fighting him for it here. Maybe going to pull it off as well. Just a seesaw battle for the lead up here. Ronnie looks like he's going to pick a horse. It's like he's going to go down and help out the 99, perhaps. Be the difference maker. Albert Anderson's out by himself now in the lead. 23 laps in. That's a snarling pack right there from, looks like from about 4th on back. You guys are just getting after it.
So they'll have to be careful too. I think if they can finally get their tires at temperature, the guys that don't have damage, 5 to 8 laps, they'll probably be mostly stable. But these guys that have damage, there's going to be a lot of wicked trucks out there. Probably not a lot. It's going to be a fight for some of these guys every lap.
Yeah, for sure. Just hoping we get some green flag under our belt here. 24 laps in the 133 lap event. And so many trucks damaged, like you mentioned. I would imagine most of the guys who are left with fenders on their truck are thinking, I just maybe need to give a little bit more than take right now.
Deion Jones, Redding, Adamson, I think they're pretty much out of the race. Kelly Kidd, 5 truck, the 82 they're rolling, but they've got a ton of damage. So you got good enough with rolling with a bunch of damage. Robertson's. There's a lot of really, really wounded trucks.
Right on, Chris Goins right now, whatever he covered right now, up 25 spots where he began with a penalty here tonight. So for him at least, these cautions have kind of played into his ability to recover from that penalty. Look at this,
Jones
maybe.
He's a really smart driver. He's patient, and he's fast too. But he's really patient. He's I'm sure that he's trying to just take care of his stuff.
Up here in front of me, got Dustin Wade. Nowhere to go at the moment. Oh, look how close this is. You try to get through now, maybe past the 10. There's just no fast way to make a pass here. You have to work at it lap after lap, set up the pass. And even then, the surrounding traffic is going to come into play.
Yeah, I mean, this track, every update that iRacing has, it changes the track physics a little bit, but you almost have to have help like you do at a drafting track sometimes to pull off the pass.
No, yeah, I agree with this. We are starting to see a little bit of stretch here. As you look at the track map, a little bit of single file. They seem to be migrating to the middle to top line there. Albert Anderson leading the way over Scott Roney, John McAdam, and Jonathan Osborne. Loving what he's seeing right now. Somebody got a piece of the wall. I want to say that was the 47 of McAdam. Look at Roney up here. Showing strength here tonight. Up into second place. That Fireball machine.
Qualified, fourth? So he's definitely got speed tonight, and he's been able to stay up front to stay out of trouble.
Oh, I did end up with Dustin Wade and some others here tonight. Let me take a look and see if this is where it should be. Yes, it is. Yeah, Dustin Wade did give me an onboard here tonight, and we had good enough, which I don't think is...
Osborne head on in the wall behind you there.
Sorry, Josh. You got tight behind Ronnie and ended up getting you wrecked.
Here we go. Let's take a look.
It's all good, buddy.
Oh! Him and the 68 get together.
Cars in one.
Coming out onto the back stretch. He got checked up right there by the 47 who had hit the wall. And then the 68's just there.
Yeah,
not bad.
Wade tried to make an evasive move there, it looks like. It just didn't quite get it. He didn't line it up just right. He tried to miss him, but I think when the 47 got tight out of the corner and hit the wall, Osborne had to check up a little too much, and Wade couldn't get out of the way fast enough.
Yeah, for sure.
Come on, Bobby.
Sorry, just help me.
I like how it goes.
Don't see a lot of damage on that machine. He might be okay.
That'd be 2 weeks in a row that he's had what looked like really big contact, and maybe gets away with it if he is not as bad as it looks.
I'm just fixing something real quick here. So if you're wondering why I'm quieter than normal, I'm almost done. I think we're good. Let's find out. We are fixed. I had one of the buttons went away there on me. Tends to happen occasionally. Keep me on my toes. Go back to live. 32 laps complete. Right now, Albert Anderson holding on to that lead. I don't think he's going to hit pit lane here. Lights are still on that pace truck. Got Roney second, John McAllen third, Dustin Wade fourth, Chris Goins right there in fifth position. As they're making their way onto the backstretch here, but at least a lap and a half away. Maybe we can get a quick word with the 81 machine while we have a chance. Get rid of this map. And finding. Let's see, he's racing down here.
He's just in the race drivers meeting, actually.
Oh, perfect. Hey, Jonathan, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got us.
I got you guys.
Hey, man. How bad was the damage? Looked like you might have got away with just a little bit.
You know what? I got 24 seconds of damage, so it didn't hurt it.
Oh, man, that could have been way worse for you, so that's actually pretty fortunate.
Yeah, it's good. I didn't get tires yet. I'm still on this spin tire, so we'll see if I can get that tech position back, because that was nice to have that. Sorry
No, yeah, for sure.
My spotter also.
No, you're good. You're good to go. We appreciate you talking to us. So let you get refocused. Just wanted to check in with you and see how bad the damage was.
Oh no, it wasn't good. It wasn't bad at all. It was a little scary and a little shaky, but we'll be all right.
All right, buddy. Good luck the rest of the way.
Alrighty, thank you guys.
Yep. Jonathan Osborne there. Always great attitude, man. Always positive. He could have been completely junked right there, and he would have been just like that.
Oh yeah, that's the great thing about Osborne. He's the same all the time, no matter what, and you just gotta love him.
Yeah, no, for sure. As we should be now. Scott Roney is your second place driver on the outside there. Albert Anderson's choosing the inside. He does have the choice, inside or outside. Lights are out on top of that pace truck, so he's going to get us started here once he hits the restart zone. Dustin Wade's up to third, John McAdam fourth, Chris Goins fifth, and Russ Kilgore rounding out your top six there. Restart zone's into black right here. Chooses to go kind of late in the restart zone, but gets a nice jump over Roney in second, McAdam third. Man, the fight's on right there, though. Look at this. These guys here for second, third, and fourth. Riding on board right now with Dustin Wade. Give us a nice over-the-shoulder shot there. He's trying to make his way up here and take over the lead of this race. You see, from his perspective, man, there's not a lot of visibility there, Ricky.
No. He must like the immersiveness there, because he was right. You can't see much, but that's the way it would be if he was actually in a truck.
Absolutely. We could better look at that. A good looking paint scheme going on here tonight, and he's having a great run. He's up 6 spots so far for the night. Ooh, it's getting tight. What'd you see?
Oh, it's the same way. I'm seeing what you're seeing. I could tell that was getting tight out of the corner.
47's up underneath, and John McAdams trying to challenge for that position there. 68's going to get around him, though. Up to third. Having a good run here tonight. Looking to go after the 023. Sure, Amanda Wade, she might be out there in the chat, but she said that she gets nervous watching these races now. Looks like he's got a little bit more speed maybe than the 023 at the moment. Looking on the inside. Does he have a tire advantage? He was last on pit lane at lap 8. Doesn't look like it. Looks like he traded off a little bit of getting fuel on a couple of those stops for track position to get up here in the clean air. Still doesn't have second place locked down. 47 is going to challenge him on the outside now.
Dustin Wade actually has the most lap on the stint of any truck out there. 30, looks like he's coming up on 30 laps.
Oh, caution's out. Like involved Kelly Keel. All right, let's go see what happens with Kelly. He's having a rough night. out here by himself, really. Feel that Vince, he suffered from that damage.
Oh,
That truck just does not want to hold on.
Checking apart here for the pace.
And look, it looks pretty clean overall, Ricky, but that back end is so critical to keeping that downforce he needs on those rear tires.
yeah. Anytime you see them missing that back, the rear end of the truck, I promise you, they are almost impossible to drive. And we don't know how much other damage he has also that's maybe impacting him. But definitely when you can't see the sponsor on the back end and it's just blank like that, it's as hard to drive as it can be. It's like trying to drive a dirt car on ice.
Oh, Albert Anderson's going down pit lane here. Let's see, maybe most of the field. Let's see. Roney, McAdam, Wade, Pope, Gomes, Alicia, Kilgore, Dobson, Vaught, Milner, Mayberry, Bryant, Hawthorne. Almost everybody's going down. They're going to top off on fuel here. Looks like we did have Jack Dixon stay out. The shorter list, folks. Jack Dixon stayed out. Jonathan Osborne is staying out. It probably makes sense with Jonathan. Let's see. Is he on the right lap? He is on the lead lap. Going second place right now, up 31 spots from where he started the race. So maybe he's looking at his opportunity to gain some track position.
Yeah, he's still on the tires he started the race with.
Jack Dixon's running that holiday scheme for us, looks like.
Yeah, Holiday Inn. That's a pretty good looking truck there.
Yep, I do like that. You know, I'm not a professional broadcaster, Ricky, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night.
That's right. Yeah, by gosh. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Bringing it back old school. Love those commercials.
Yeah, they were
need
great.
to bring those back.
And they were entertaining and fun. So, yeah, I think they should bring it back, too. It'd be pretty smart of them.
Yeah, it's been long. You know, they brought the caveman commercials for Geico back for a while, so I think that it's time for Holiday Inn to come back.
Yeah, for sure.
What was that?
Might have to fix this a little bit here. Make this static. There we go. It's a little bit off tonight. Sorry about that, folks. Just had to get that fixed up. Should be good to go.
Check that.
Jonathan Osborne is now your leader. I don't think that's actually true. I think it's Jack Dixon. He's choosing the outside. Here's what's going on. Lights are out on top of the pace truck. We're going to go around here another half lap, and we're going to be back under green. 41 laps in. This is the 5th caution of the night. Packed house here tonight in the desert, the high desert of Las Vegas. Wouldn't mind being in one of those RV campers up there on that backstretch. That'd be a pretty cool spot.
Yeah, I've never been to Vegas. I'd like to go someday. It looks like it'd be a fun place to visit at least once, just to see.
Yeah, for sure. Come around here. Jack Dixon's going to be the control truck. Holiday Inn machine. I think if I was doing one up, I think I would do a Holiday Inn Express. It did. Think of speed, right? Here we go. Kind of goes like in the middle. Gets a great launch.
Oh.
Not so much on the inside. Caught Jonathan Osborne maybe a little bit asleep. Jacob Alicia is trying to get around for second on the outside.
I wonder if Osborne was in the wrong gear. Maybe either that or he just got caught napping.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. It could have been the wrong gear. It happened to us all. But usually you end up wrecking in that situation, but it certainly looked like a pretty good delay. I thought Osborne might have lost that spot for a moment, but I think with that pusher behind him of Albert Anderson, he might be okay. We'll see. Could be a dogfight, though, with Alicia.
And Anderson looked like he was going to go to the middle for a second, and then he thought a little better of it. Was still this early in the race.
Yeah, we're only not even 50 laps into this. 47 trying to figure out which way he wants to go. Got Anderson Clan out there in the chat. Welcome back, guys. Good to see you here tonight. Papa Anderson, Edith, Kathy A. Oh, 47 is going to the middle here, making it 3 wide.
Yeah, sometimes, Alan, when you shoot that middle, you've got enough momentum. It works really well because you've got that pull in. But once you hit a turn and you've got trucks on the inside and outside, you lose all of that downforce. Being in the middle is no fun if you're 3 wide somewhere like this.
No, I mean, you feel it too as a driver. Even in the sim, I feel it. It feels like your wheel gets kind of light and your rear end's dancing. That's what it feels like to me.
Oh yeah, no, that's totally what it feels like. You don't have any side force on either side, and you're just trying to hold it in a position where you don't spin out.
These guys are really getting after here. Jack Dixon's holding them off right now. Jack's one of 3 Canadian drivers in the field tonight. Jack Dixon, Greg Dobson, and Sean McDonald. All of our brothers from the north here racing hard with us tonight. And right now, he's being overtaken by John McAdam for the first time to the point here in that 47 tonight. He's not clear yet, though. Jack fights back on the outside. Momentum. Just when you think you got the pass taken or done and dusted, and that outside momentum just comes into play. I think he's got it this time, though. Starling packed in behind him. You got the first 4 trucks now. I was going to say nose to tail, but the one ducks up underneath the 48 of Jack Dixon, looking to take over second position. Not quite there yet. Working on it. These guys were both, see your leader McAdam and Chris Goins on pit lane at lap 39. Looks like they took tires. And looking at their pit times there, with Jack Dixon was last on pit lane at 31, did not take tires. Tim Pope now coming through the middle, last on pit lane at 39 as well. Looks like he took tires as well. That's why you're seeing a little bit of degradation here in the 48, kind of falling back through the field. But overall, he may end up with a net gain. Lori's out there in the chat saying she loves that camera. That here you go, Lori, just for you. That on the track camera here. She loves this. Kind of a speed shot.
What was that Darrell Aldrich used to call that cam?
Duggar, the Duggar cam.
Digger. Thank you.
Digger. Yeah. Yeah, and then they had Fox kind of went into it, and they had that little graphic too. On a gopher.
Yep.
Goes the 7 machine getting around number 1. Showing his strength here. This is your pole sitter. You know, we mentioned, hey man, you could easily get cycled back in here depending on how the cautions fell, and he certainly did. And then caution after caution, we've had 5 so far. Kind of kept him mired back in traffic and probably just praying as he's coming through the field there. Looks like his truck's pretty clean.
Yeah, still got all 4 fenders on it. They're all straight, so that's a lot more than most of these guys say so far today.
Looks like he's updated his paint a little bit too. Looks like a checkered flag on that black portion back there. That's the Texaco Haviland machine. Always a great paint scheme. I love seeing it. Kind of always gives me a throwback feel.
Yeah, I think that old Davey Allison, the original, or the second version, the one that had the metallic on it, that was my favorite paint scheme of his that he ever ran.
Oh yeah. Guys are getting a little racing now, get a little spread though. Let's see, take a look at the track map here. Just a little bit of a spread as you see. Man, I think that's Chris Goins getting a little piece of the wall there. Devin's going to the outside. He's like, am I going to go where he's not? See if I can get around this 47 machine. I think they're on equal tires, Ricky. Looks like from what I can see.
Yeah, I believe you're right about that. From what I can see.
This first group here, a little bit of a breakaway. Let's take a look. You got John McDaniel first, Tim Pope second. Chris Goins is in third there. Scott Roney is in fourth. Dave Mayberry up 14 spots is in 5th position, and Kyle Vaught up 21 positions in that number 16 machine. There you go, Taylor. The man's making his way towards the front. A little bit of a breakaway here as you look right behind him. This is a dog fight right here, Ricky. Aaron Warren's leading the way here to 22 machine, but just a few trucks back. These guys are getting after it. Tony Benfield, Jack Dixon, Gordon Spain, Jacob Alicia, all in this mix.
Yeah, they're really mixing it up. I'm running some diagnostics in my background trying to fix my issue, and it's telling me that Discord is eating up 86% of my memory right now. So I'm going to restart, and I'll be right back.
All right, sounds good. See you in a second. That's a lot of memory to be eaten up. We're watching right here, 2x2. These positions we're looking at. If I can get this pulled up correctly. Right on board with Mike Everidge right here in the 82 machine. Mike is actually in 29th racing up through here, so he's trying to get back up here and maybe get a lap back. Let's see how many laps down is he. He's a few down. He's on lap 42 when your leaders are on 54, so he's had a rough night. Started with that big accident we saw early on, but the true gentleman he is, you see Mike is going to stick it out anyway, get the points he can for this race. Back up here to the front momentarily and check out the lead. You see that one man, he just keeps flirting with that wall. But John McAdams holding off Tim Pope at the moment for the top position. Great job by that Freightliner truck here tonight, that Chevy. Gomes holding on to second. Roney fourth, and Dave Mayberry's up to fifth now, having I don't know who he ended up passing, but he's up there in the 5th position now and doing a great job. See you out there in the chat, folks. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. We're live here every Wednesday and Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. But tonight's league that you're watching, this is the Vigilante Racing League's Premiere Series, rather. If you're interested in joining the grid, make sure you get in touch with Lori via Facebook, listed here. Also, the screening Discord channel. If you get in there, don't be alarmed. There's not really a lot of people in there. That's her screening channel before you make it into the main show. So, if you're interested in trucks, Craftsman Trucks is what they race here on Wednesday nights. Contact her via those opportunities. Same thing for the Friday Night Banker Series, which is ARCA. The exact same way of contacting her. If you're looking to join a great Ram League, wonderful group of guys, been racing going on 6 years. And check these guys out. We have a significant breakaway here at the front, folks, from 6th place on up, from Kyle Vaught up to John McAdam. These guys are just kind of pulling away now. As I take a look, I want to say it's because of tires, and they certainly have tires. And it's kind of a mixed bag through the field from there. But now that we got some green flag under our belt, first of all, they've been on lap 39. How much time do they have left before they got to hit pit lane? They can go about, by my calculations, about 31 laps before they're going to have to hit the lane again. So that's around lap 70. That's another 10 laps from now. But how about we go through the field and show you where your favorite driver is running at the moment.
No worries, I knew your position, Ted.
You're good, buddy. Don't worry about it.
Okay, got John McAdam right there in the top position, up 17 spots so far tonight. Great run for him so far. Tim Pope in that Haviline number 7, second. Scott Roney in 3rd position. Chris Goins in number 1 is up 28 spots in 4th. Dave Mayberry, he is in the 5th position, having gained 14 positions so far tonight. And he also gives us an onboard camera as well. Let's take a look at Dave's camera. 3 screen set up there, very immersed, very focused at the moment. Yeah, Kyle Vaught's going to be next up. Get on board for him. We'll let Caleb Provat's get a good look at him. Looking sporty tonight. Very focused. Number 16 machine. Gordon Spain's up next in the 38. 7th. Tony Benfield in the 75 machine is in 8th. Aaron Warren is running 9th. Russ Kilgore in 10th right there, trying to challenge for the 9th position on the inside. Just behind him, you see that 6th machine. I don't think he's, no, it's Trevor Robertson. He is not on the same lap with these guys. He's running in 27th right now. Andrew Cawthon's up next in 11th. Greg Dobson here in the 085 machine. Always gives us a good look on board there. Races with us out of Newmarket, Ontario, Canada right now. Holding down 12th. George Rancon, 13th. Scott Milner, Bass Pro Shops, number 19, is in 14th. John McDonald running in the 15th position at 23. U.S. Air Force machine. Jacob Alicia running 16th. Dylan Bryant, 17th. 123, John Gallagher is in 18th. Albert Anderson is in 19th position at the moment. Still looking clean. Must be a strategy play. Got him back here. 74, Michael Brooks. That Folgers machine. Love a good cup of Folgers coffee. Running 20th. Got Dustin Wade in the 68. Dustin's holding down that 21st position. Was up at the front earlier. Got a little bit unlucky with some of the cautions and everything. I think he might have been involved in a slight incident as well. Right now holding down 21st. Kelly Keel, man, what a rough night for this man. But still out there racing. That's what you want to see. I mean, racers are going to race and sometimes going to have a bad evening. And right now tonight, Kelly certainly did have a bad evening. But holding down 22nd. So this is all important points this season. You have to make sure you're collecting them, even if it's just a few. Jack Dixon here in that Holiday Inn machine running in 23rd. Jonathan Osborne, 24th. Jason Gaines, the Lowe's 83 machine, running 25th. Anthony Williams on pit lane. Looks like he's getting service right now. Trevor Robinson's 27th. Mike Everidge, 28th. Very good enough on the pit lane as well. On board with Craig tonight. The 89 machine. Don't think he's rolling out though. No, he's just on pit lane. He must have had an issue there. Get out of the race. Mike Adamson's also sitting on pit lane since lap 17. Had a rough night. John Shanebacher's out. Dion Jones also out. And Jesse Redding out of the race. So that's through the field, folks. Back up front, John McAdams still holding that top spot. Chris Gomes now made his way around the 7 to take over second. That's Chris Gomes. Scott Roney is holding down 4th, and Kyle Watts up to 5th place, having passed Dave Mayberry. Dave will never hear the end of that one. And these guys are on equal tires.
Well, it looks like, Alan, with all the carnage you got and had tonight, now that they've spread out a little bit, it may stay green a while if some of the wounded trucks don't get out of shape again.
Yeah, taking a look right there at the track map, you can see we're pretty much spread out over a half lap of this facility, which is, bodes well for them keeping it a little bit more tidy as far as keeping the yellow flagways. You see these guys making their way on the pit lane right here now. Several of them. Tim Pope, Sean McAdam, Scott Roney, Dave Mayberry, Tony Benfield, Aaron Warren, Dustin Wade, Michael Brooks, Don Gallagher, Sean McDonald, all in pit lane for service. I had mentioned I thought they were going to go in about this time frame, and so here's your first group of pit stops.
38%.
Chris Gones staying out, taking note, inheriting the lead there. Gordon Spain, Russ Kilgore, and Andrew Cawthon round out your top four. Now Chris Gones and company are making their way on the pit lane. Probably going to wrap up our round of green flag pit stops here once these guys get on and off. Oh, a little bit of a slide there. George Rincon. Here's Albert Anderson. Albert sponsors our series. Give a quick shout out for him. You live in the Washington, D.C. metro area, you need a tow, jump start, lockout, or a tire change. Get in touch with Albert's company, Tow Call, via their email, towcallroadside@gmail.com. It's all together, towcall or roadside@gmail.com. They'll be out with fast and friendly service and get you back on your way. And speaking of on your way, he's making his way off of pit lane now. Got Amanda Wade out there in the chat, Ricky, saying his camera view didn't look like he turned on any of the lights in the house. It was pretty dark. I gotta say, we'll go back to that real quick and see. One more time. Is he not on there? I don't think I have. I don't have him. I know I got it. Hold on a second. There we go. I don't know, too dark, but definitely it's just the glow of his onboard or his camera. I'm sorry, his screens and his computer there. But I think that looks kind of cool, actually.
Yeah, it's pretty immersive. That's actually how I drive. When I was racing, I would try to race with everything out. It seems to brighten up everything around you and give you a little more immersion.
Sure, you can see right here. Camera's getting a little high into the. I'm going to bring that down just a little bit. Switches back pretty quick though. I'll have to leave it. Anyway. Doing a good job. I like that. I'd rather have it dark, me personally.
Oh yeah, I would much rather it be dark.
Go back over here, go back up to the front. Jack Dixon's now your leader with Tim Pope in second. So Jack, not been on pit lane yet. Last on pit lane at 64. The rest of these guys were like 71. A few others like 64, 65. So he's got a few others out there, but he's on a different paint. I'm sorry, not paint scheme, a different pit scheme than everyone else, which you don't necessarily want to be on the same one. Don't know what's going on here. We lost somebody. Seven Machines making his play for the lead again. Probably going to see that 48 start to drift back a little bit, being on much older tires. Tim Pope is now your leader. Oh, he gets a piece of the wall, that being Jack Dixon. Like he's okay, maybe got away with one there. Yeah, he's going to be all right. Right now, fell back to the fourth position. Like he's no worse for the wear. I mean, he's on older tires. That's about the only deficit he has at the moment. Truck looks okay. John McAdam trying to take over the lead here. Right now, he is out front of the 7 machine. I don't know what's happening with this particular camera here. Why that's happening. See if we can reset that for you real quick. Try it again to see if it's still messing around on us. Looks like it might have fixed it right there. Really tight here in the top 3. Looking back through the pack here, this is probably the tightest racing. Got a little bit going on here with Jacob Alicia and others. Jacob Alicia, Sean McDonald right here. Tony Benfield, that's for 12th through 14th. Still the tightest racing is right here. Got Scott Roney making a charge for 2nd place here over the 7. 81 laps into this event so far. Quite going to get there. Scott races with us out of Salt Lake City, Utah. Usually I have onboard cameras with him, but don't have them tonight. I think we've seen Greg Dobson on camera yet. We'll take a look at that too. Still working on your computer?
Yeah, I may just have to go with. I'm not sure. It's most people out here is not going to care, but for some reason, Discord is doing something called a little memory leak, where it's taking up all the space on my computer every time I open it. So it's allowing me to watch your broadcast, but that's pretty much it.
So is that something happening broadly with Discord or just to you?
Probably just me, but I'm not really sure why. That's so I'm kind of trying to troubleshoot that in the background to see if I can fix it while we're in the race. But it's literally eating up about anytime I open Discord, even after a reset, it's eating about 80 or 85% of my GPU. So that's what's causing my iRacing to stutter about.
Okay, gotcha.
When I closed Discord, it went away, but that doesn't really help the situation when I can't be broadcasting if I'm not in Discord.
For sure. Kyle Vaught just got in the wall twice there. You saw him. Let's see, Kyle, I think, is on... No, he's on the same footing with these guys. Just hard racing here. He's holding on to 7th right now, but he's got challengers here. He's got the 29. And these guys love to go at it. 29 of Mayberry and Kyle. They like to jaw at each other. Looks like right now Mayberry may have some help in the form of the number 10 machine there behind him. I was trying to hold him off of that momentum on the outside. He doesn't get a good run out of the turn, out of 4. Oh, it just clears him.
Good pass. That's strong.
Yep, that was for 7th. Don't think it's over, though. 10's going to go down here now and challenge Mayberry. Starting to throw haymakers at each other, I think. Not entirely haymakers. I guess they're just challenging each other. They're not doing a lot of slide jobs yet. But I can see that happening here towards the latter stages of the race.
Yeah, Greg Dobson had a big run there, and he kind of backed out of it because there wasn't nowhere to go with it.
Yeah, he always makes sure he doesn't want to be the cause of any kind of an incident.
Yeah, I would think the amount of times I've seen Greg Dobson run into somebody is I could count on one hand and probably have 3 or 4 fingers left over.
Getting a good run here right now on the number 10. You see the onboard here with Greg right now, laser focused. I don't know if he's backing off again or just had to lift a little bit, but it looks like he's getting another run. And he does. Go to the inside perhaps here. Ben's pulling it down off the top line a bit, going down to the middle. Oh, Greg almost gets into the wall there. doing a really good job not being part of any kind of incident, but he really has a rolling roadblock in front of him at the moment. Needs to be faster. He does with it this time. He seems to be kind of running a little bit high coming out of 4 and gets a good run. You see him closing on the 29. I think he's wanting to get to his outside, his right rear quarter panel. And drafting up off the 10 there. Good run here. He's alongside right now with the 29. Going to get really close. Right up against this wall. I think he's got him this time. Got him cleared. You see Cawthon up here challenging Vaught on the outside. And just forward of them, you got Jack Dixon and Gordon Spain going at it. Now this changes the front. Go ahead.
Really tight little pack there. There's, I think 5 or 6 trucks all racing for position, and they're all having good runs. I mean, that's 5th place on back, really all right together.
Yeah, all the way back to 10th. 5th to 10th here is having a good race right now. John McAdams still leading the race. Tim Popes in 2nd, Scott Roney in 3rd. Scones is in 4th. But yeah, they're really getting these guys here getting after it. Gordon Spain there in that black 38. Kyle's getting a run there on the 48. Kyle Vaught, that is. Going to probably drag that number 10 along with him. I just saw. Yep, 10's going to get up underneath him as well. The 085's coming in there. This is getting tight here too. Dave Mayberry looking to get back into the action here.
So, little update on my issue here. I have reset all of my browser and closed out all of my browsers, and I have now got the iRacing working again. I just can't see YouTube, but now I've got iRacing. So got to take the trade off.
Okay. Well, so do I need to share my screen with you?
No, I've got I can see YouTube on your screen in the corner. I don't have the independent YouTube that I'm seeing on my end, but everything else, I'm pretty good now. Pretty good.
All right, 48 just slid into his box there. He is on a different pit strategy, folks. Hit pit lane right here at 96. Get back up to the front here, Tim Pope. Now back up to the lead, taking over from John McAdams. Scott Roney in close proximity there. Looking to get around the outside of the 47. We were kind of banking on, 31 laps they could go. That means they're going to go like 102. From 102, they should definitely be able to make it on fuel. Maybe they can come a little bit earlier than that, Ricky, if they're going to do a bit of fuel savings.
Yeah. Now that I'm trying to acclimate myself with the strategy here, I don't know. Jack Dixon just pitted, so that probably put him on the edge of anything. But everybody else will probably try to stretch it to pit and be able to run it to the end.
Here, Milner sounds like he's going in. Once we get through this cycle of pit stops, we'll run through the field again to show you where your favorite driver is running. Also, we'll do a crank it up segment as well. We'll spice things up here in the last quarter of this, or last third of this race. See if we got some action going on here. It's pretty tight right here without Anderson.
Hit the bottom curve.
Lori's calling for a crank it up too. Right there, I see it, Lori. Definitely want to get that in, but I think these good boys are going to start dodge on the pit lane here, and then we're going to do a crank it up segment. You got Luke Chapek out there saying, "Hey, wicked strategy night tonight. The last 30 going to be crazy." Yeah, I agree, Luke. Like Anderson's talking, he might be coming in. He's running 15th right now. 68 of Dustin Wade right there behind him. John McDonald's making his way up pit lane. There's the first domino to fall. Lap 101. He could probably make it from here. Definitely safe at 102. He'll be at 102 once he crosses, before he comes off pit lane, though. So, really good timing on his part. See if it pays off. When will everybody else come? That is the question. So, we had that rash of cautions at the beginning, Ricky, and then since then, these boys buckled down and said, hey, we're going to race. We're going to make sure we're not playing bumper cars with each other, and we're going to get out here and get after it.
Yeah. Looks like I'm back to watching your screen, by the way. I guess the one freeze was just temporary and it's back. But Tim Pope, they're all going to pit together. There they go.
Yep, sure are.
58 and time for 30 seconds.
023 is going to have an advantage going in. We'll see if he keeps it on the way out. It being Roney and then John McAllen in the 47. You got others on pit lane as well. Kyle Vaught sliding into his box in the 16. Dave Mayberry coming in. Donnie Benfield pulling into his stall. George Rincon. Michael Brooks in that Folgers machine.
19 the time.
Right on.
Who makes it off first? There goes the 7. Then Roney. And the 47. So the way they came on, and then look there, Kyle Vaught right there in that 4th position. He might be in a good spot there. That being Kyle Vaught, and to have a great finish here tonight, if not contend for that win.
Okay, simple.
He's kept that truck clean here tonight. Kelly Killigan, I think he's knocked out of the race here. Let's pull him up and see if he's got what he's got to say about the rest of this race here. Kelly, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got me.
What?
Hey, you got me.
Guys. Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, incredibly rough night for you, man, tonight. But you stuck with it as long as you could. How do you think this is going to play out here at the end? Have you looked at the strategies?
Not really. I'm in the pits. I'm done. I'm like 12, 14, 18 laps down. I'm just no fun running in the back, but not sure where they got some laps to go.
Yep, sure do. So, yeah, I just want to get a word with you real quick. I know you got damaged at one point. Looked like you lost your rear tailgate. That really hurt you.
Oh, yeah. My truck was super loose. Like, I think the front was all messed up, too. So it made it super loose. Got turned around on that one, and that caused the caution to come out. But if I didn't hit anything or hit anything.
All right, buddy. Well, thanks for talking to us for a minute. Just want to get a quick word with you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. See you guys.
Yeah. Kelly Kill had a rough night here tonight. Let's take a look and see where everybody's running, and then we're going to do a crank it up. Right now, Jack Dixon back out front. He's been on this alternate strategy for most of the night, ever since really, I guess, that last caution that we had. Doing a really good job, but I don't think it's going to work out for him if it stays green. The way things are right now.
Sometimes you have to go on those alternate strategies and hope for the best. I mean, if caution came out, Callaway's still up there. You never know how beneficial that could be to help him maybe get a podium.
Yeah, for sure. But Jack Dixon right there, top spot. Ken Pope is in second. Scott Roney third. John McAdam fourth. Jonathan Osborne is sitting there running in the fifth position, having a really good run considering he started at the back of this field. I think he is right on target with the leader's strategy, so I don't see any issue there, man. I think this is going to work out for him if things go to the end like they seem to be, trending the way they are. Onboard camera with Jonathan here. We appreciate him giving that to us each and every week. Additional content, you guys can see how these guys are racing and also their setups. Next up, we got Chris Gomes. Sixth, Kyle Vault right there having a great run so far. In seventh, looking for more. Jacob Alicia, eighth. Dave Mayberry, ninth. Gordon Spain, 10th. Tony Benfield, 11th. Andrew Cawthon, 12th. Greg Dobson, 13th. Sean McDonald, 14th. George Rincon, 15th. Dylan Bryant, I expect to see him up at the front a lot more tonight. I think he must have had some bad luck at the beginning of the race. He's running 16th at the moment. Same with Albert Anderson. We saw a lot of speed out of this man, but things have not fallen his way so far. And it's like they've already made their final stops. Dustin Wade, sitting there. He is in the 18th position. Also giving us that good onboard we saw earlier. Appreciate that, Dustin. Michael Brooks, 19th. Jason Gaines, 20th. Scott Milner, 21st. Aaron Warren, 22nd. John Gallagher, I think he's underpowered or just getting up to speed, is in 23rd. Russ Kilgore in that CL Seahawks machine, 24th. Joe Robertson, 25th. Anthony Williams, that number 5 Goodweiser machine, Goodweiser machine, running in 26th. Mike Everidge, 27th. You got Kelly Keel, Craig Good Enough, Mike Adamson, John Shanebacher, Deion Jones, and Jesse Redding are all out of the race right now. And that is through the field. And next up, at Lori's request, we're going to do a Crank It Up segment, folks. If you want to hear what it sounds like inside these virtual trucks, and most of these guys have it wide open, turn up your headphones, your television, or your computer. And we're going to give you full throttle Crank It Up here just for a few moments before we close out this race. Be right back. crank it up segment. I'm just talking with, or texting back and forth with Ricky. He's out again. He's having some more computer issues, so they got me for the duration. 15 laps to go here left in this race. And Pope is your current leader with Scott Roney hot on his heels. And I tell you what, if Scott Roney wins this race tonight, and I don't have a camera with him, I'm never going to let him live it down, man. I was looking forward, if he gets his first win, to having him on camera. And I normally do have a camera with him, so yeah, he's going to hear about it from me. But right now, he's on equal footing with Tim. They both went in on pit lane at lap 102, and they picked probably their last set of tires. Looking to get after here. I mean, Tim is a master at this kind of stuff. I don't know if he's manipulating the air for the 023, but he's certainly doing what he thinks he needs to do to hold him back there. Roney's fast. Only 0.29 seconds behind him. Yeah, Chris Gomes right there in the third position, up 29 positions so far tonight. You can see where he wants to be. And maybe he's hoping these guys will start mixing it up. It gives him a chance to get up there. 12 laps to go right now. From the back, you really got a battle right here. These guys. There's a 31 up underneath the 48. 48's probably on a little bit deficit of his tires. Like we mentioned, he's been kind of cycling back and forth. 47 right there. John McAdam been running strong all night up front here in that Freightliner machine. They got the 6 right behind them and is not for position. These first 3 trucks are, however, 31 to 47 and that 48 on the outside line there. Back up front here, holding serve here. Nothing's changed. And Pope out to the lead. He was your pole sitter tonight. Roney started 4th, so he was fast in qualifying and he's fast here in the race. Right in the wheel tracks of the 7 machine. I think he's exploring a bit, high and low, see if he can gain a little bit of an advantage. Gets around that 7 machine, he will have earned it. It's not going to be an easy pass. Nine laps. I think Luke Chapcat there saying, hey, great cameraman needs an SB. I don't know about that, man. I'm just trying to give you guys some good angles and everything. Move the camera around a little bit. Keep you entertained. Appreciate you guys coming out tonight, watching these drivers. Make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. We are live every Wednesday and Friday night, 9 p.m. Eastern, but we also have special events. We do a lot of sports car endurance racing here on the channel. You don't want to miss out on that notification bell. That's less predictable. They come around every so often. Hey, Barry talking there in the in-car chat, or the in-race chat. You guys have kept it clean and green. Only 8 laps to go. Sure, most of them have already bolted on that last set of tires. They're not looking forward to any kind of a caution. They just want to finish it out. Hopefully get the best finish they can. Right now I got Tim Pope in 1st, Scott Roney 2nd, Chris Gomes 3rd. Jacob Alicia now made his way up to 4th position. John McAdam 5th. Kyle Vaught is in 6th. Gordon Spain 7th. Dave Mayberry is in 8th. Andrew Cawthon 9th. In 10th position is Greg Dobson. Great run for Greg tonight, running in the 10th position. Saw him a little bit earlier. Talking about how he was making sure he's keeping it clean. He's still right here. He's got potential positions in front of him to gain. The 10 and the 29, that 6 machine won't be for position. I doubt he'll fight him too much. Having a great run here tonight. That is Greg Dobson in the 085. Like right now, number 1 machine is closing in on that 023. Those guys are right on the razor's edge on that wall. Devin is actually pulling away just a bit from that 023. when you're in behind another truck like that, it'd be pretty easy to maybe heat up your front tires. You're not getting the downforce that you would like to have in clean air, and you're working to try to find a way around. See number 1 going to the top side here. That may have affected Roney. We got to run here. That number 1's going to go for the low side. And he might have a little bit yet to get up to the 7. We got 5 laps to go. This is not over yet. Not in the bag for Tim Pope, folks. But the one's got to make quick work of the 023. He's going to get bogged down here. Thought he may have had it there, but he does not. That outside line is going to prevail with the momentum. It's probably exactly what Scott Roney was dealing with and trying to get around Tim Pope as well. Another good run here from the 1 machine. Choosing to stay, going to go to the high side this time, hoping to get to his outside quarter. Get that momentum off the outside there, while keeping it out of the wall. 4 laps to go. I think he's going to get there this time. And he is. Definitely going to be alongside. I think he's going to have the momentum going down the straight. 023 tries to get a little bit of a side draft. Doesn't work. 1 machine is clear. And now he can set his sights on a leader, but he does not have much time left. Only 3 laps to catch up and attempt to pass. I think I'm looking to see how these tires are looking. He has 2 lap fresher tires, that is, the number 1 machine of Chris Gomes. But he may be running out of time here, folks. I don't know that he's going to make it. 083 is right up there, but that's not for position. He could complicate things, though.
Sorry, Gallagher, I don't know what direction to go.
He gets by quick and clean here. Coming to 1 lap to go. I think a half-second lead, a 0.6 lead here is going to be just enough for Tim Pope to be able to pull out the win here, though. Chris Gomes making a great effort, but I don't think he's going to get there. He just doesn't have the time. I mean, he's right there, maybe. Get a good run out of 1 and 2. He has cut it down by 0.2 of a second right there. It is just not going to be enough, though. Absent some kind of catastrophic event here, coming out of 3 and 4. Your winner tonight here is going to be Tim Pope, bringing it home in that number 7 machine from the pole.
Hell yeah, guys! Hell yeah!
Got Roney bringing it home in 3rd. Chris Gomes in 2nd. Man, Chris almost got there, just didn't quite have enough time. Tremendous finish there. Awesome job by these guys. I mean, I really thought we were going to have a race for a second. Scott Roney and Chris Gomes got to racing just enough for Tim Pope to be able to bring this home. Top step of the podium.
Good job, Roney. That was an awesome little battle there at the end, Jack.
Where'd you come from, man? I passed you.
Congrats, Tim.
Good job, Scott. Good job, Roney.
16's going up there to give a little congratulations to Tim Pope for his win here tonight.
Washer and break, whatever you got to do, and we'll jump in for a driver's.
Where you at, Roney? I'll push you up there. I got him. I'm right behind him.
Tremendous victory by this number 7 machine. We said he looked very determined here tonight. Came out with a purpose, qualified on the pole, brings it home. The number 1 position here tonight. Make sure you don't go anywhere, folks. We are going to interview your top finishers here, Mr. Tim Pope, Chris Gomes, and Scott Roney. As soon as we can get them up here in the booth.
And then, like 5 laps later, you just whipped right by me.
See if Tim's going to have enough fuel here to do a little bit of a burnout if he's going to do one.
I looked at my fuel and I was like, shit, I'm not going to make it. And I just let off way too much.
Right more, he's got Scott Roney already up into the green room. And Chris Gomes, she's looking for Tim Pope here. We're going to watch for just a minute to see if he does a little burnout for us. He's watching the broadcast. Give us a show there, Mr. Pope. All right, folks, give us just a second. We'll be right back for your interviews. All right, folks, we are back and we're going to hit set to do your interviews. We're going to start off tonight with Mr. Scott Roney, having brought it home third. Hey, Scott, it's Alan in the booth, buddy. You got me. Hey, man, what a race for you. I heard you in the chat celebrating a third place finish. Yeah, and I thought there for a moment, I was talking, you have to watch the broadcast back. I was going to be a little upset with you there. Usually give me a camera feed, and I thought you might have been able to take it to Tim Pope there and bring it home top step and win this race. And I would have missed out not having you on camera for that event. Yeah, I just didn't get them, man. But, you know, I heard the excitement, and that's exactly what I expect from you. I think you're probably going to be the most dynamic celebration once you get, and you're there, man. I mean, you qualified fourth here tonight. You were challenging for the lead up front all night. Tremendous run, that Fireball 023 machine. How did it feel from behind the wheel? Yeah, man, it surely was. I mean, it looked like that's exactly how I thought it was happening. You said you got underneath it, but couldn't quite get around. That top line seemed like that momentum won out lots of times. Is that what it felt like tonight?
Gonna have to run the bottom if you were gonna really pass anybody.
Okay, yeah, Lori just told me they couldn't hear you. There was a button that was misaligned, but hey, they can hear you now, man. Before I let you go, you had a tremendous night like we talked about. Glad to see you up on the podium. Wonderful to hear you celebrating it inside of iRacing. But before I let you go, do you have any thoughts on Darlington, first of all, and then after that, any shout-outs for teams, fans, or family?
Yeah, I think, you know, Darlington's another little mile track, little something like that, and I think we'll do okay there. The team definitely helps me, the Good Enough, and Dave and Alan. I can't thank them enough. You guys do a great job. And shout out to my my kids for always watching sometimes, and my girlfriend for supporting me. I couldn't do it if she didn't let me.
Yeah, truly, man. We couldn't do this. You know, it's a time-consuming hobby, so we got to have support from our family and everything. That's great, man. I look forward to seeing you at Darlington and maybe hoisting the trophy.
Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Been a good month.
All right, buddy. Well, good luck. We'll see you then.
Thanks, Alan.
Yeah, man. So as your third position there, Mr. Scott Roney, apologize you couldn't hear him just for a few moments. Thanks to Lori, my sound engineer, coming in here and letting me know that was misaligned. And with that, we're going to move up one more step on the podium to have a discussion with Mr. Chris Gomes out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Hey, Chris, it's Alan in the booth, buddy. You got me?
Yeah, I got you, Alan. What's going on?
Man, what a run. I thought you had a chance to bring it home and take over that top spot from Pope there. You had a couple of lap fresher tires that I could see on the telemetry. Got a little bit of a battle with Scott Roney there, which seemed like it was just enough to hold you from getting there. Is that what it felt like?
Yeah, pretty much. You know, fighting with Roney there for that extra lap really kind of slowed my momentum a little bit. So I had actually saved. So we were pretty close on fuel after all those cautions and everything. So I'd actually saved enough fuel the stint before to where I could run flat out. the last stint without having to worry about fuel. So I was going to push hard to try and catch those guys, maybe trying to save a little. But I got held up a little bit coming into the pits for the last pit stop. I think that may have made a little bit of a difference, just in terms of just coming in with somebody else. And then fighting with Roney there at the end for those couple of laps, I think gave Pope just enough distance to where I couldn't put any pressure on him. I'm not saying I would have been able to get around him because he's a tough pass anyway, heck of a racer. But at least I could have put a little bit more pressure on him than I was able to. But hey, after taking the penalty last week and starting 32nd, we'll come out of here with a podium. We'll be happy about it.
Yeah, for sure. It just didn't hurt your championship hopes either. You came into this race running second behind Albert Anderson. He finished 13th tonight, so you did gain a few points on him there. Not as many as if you had gotten to that top step of the podium. That would have been tremendous. But yeah, how do you feel like your chances here in the championship? We're 4 races or 5 races in now?
Yeah, I mean, if we can keep consistent top 5s, top 10s, I think we have a good chance of being there. Towards the end. We're obviously going to need a little bit of luck to fall our way. People maybe having some bad races. I certainly don't wish it on anybody, but it's racing, that's going to happen at some point. So we need a little bit of help there too. But other than that, I mean, I think we have a pretty good chance of week in and week out of being in contention. At least shake it up a little bit, so make it interesting anyway.
Yeah, for sure, man. Well, congratulations on a tremendous finish here tonight. Up 30 positions. You did. I failed to mention you started the night off with the end of the line penalty, and you raced it up to second. Great job, man. 2 things before you leave. How you feel about Darlington, and do you have any shout-outs for teams, fans, or family?
I really like Darlington. It's definitely a technical driver's track. That does chew up some tire as well, so I actually thoroughly enjoy it. I feel like we'll be pretty strong there. I mean, top 5, top 10. I think so. If we can keep it out of trouble, keep it out of the wall, keep those Darlington stripes off the car. So, we'll see how it goes. But I think we got a pretty good chance of having a good run next week. Shout outs to everybody over here in the league. I know we had a little bit of a rocky start when it came to cautions, but we finished out strong, and it was some quality racing all the way around. Obviously Lori for being able to put up with all of us over here doing it too. So, and then obviously you and Ricky over here. I think he was having some issues tonight, but I know he was in here earlier. So just shout out to you guys for doing this and letting us go back and watch it and enjoying that. And then we got High Tide Hospitality on the car or the truck. And then my teammates over here with John McAdam and Jesse Redding. I know Jesse had some bad luck early and put him out of the race, but kudos to him for sticking in there and being the crew chief and spotter that we needed. And John bringing home, I think he came home in the top 5 with David Subfield there at the end too. So shout out to those guys.
Yeah, awesome. Hey, buddy, we look forward to seeing, hopefully talking to you, standing on the podium, if not the top step, next week at Darlington.
I appreciate it, buddy. We'll see you then.
Yeah, man. Take care. Mr. Chris Goins. We're going to move up to the top step of the podium now, folks, and speak with your champion here tonight, Mr. Tim Pope. Hey, Tim, it's Alan in the booth, buddy. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, what a run. We were talking, when I say we, me and Ricky at the beginning of the race, looked like you came in here with some determination. You brought home the pole position. You looked super strong. Got kind of shuffled there in the middle with all those cautions at the beginning of the race, but nonetheless kept the fenders on it, kept it clean. I'm sure it was probably nerve-wracking a couple of times there, but how did it feel for you from behind the wheel?
Felt good. Glad to be back on top.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, tremendous win here tonight. I think only at the very end, you might have added a challenge by Chris Goins, but catching you and passing you is 2 different things. You had a little bit better tires, but just simply ran out of time, man. It looked like you were definitely on rails there at the end of the race. And it looked like your determination was paying off.
Yeah, I was doing all I could. I had to pedal it there that last run because I was right on the line for gas. I was about a lap and a half short when I realized it, so I had to start pedaling and backing it down some.
Yeah, that's kind of a common theme of some of the other guys we talked to as well. Is like, hey, man, we were right on the razor's edge for this fuel. So it's interesting that you guys were racing as hard as you were. I saw Roney really trying to get up underneath you a couple times there. You're able to hold him off, but all the while you guys are worried about fuel strategy. It's incredible. But hey, before I let you go, how do you feel about Darlington? And do you have any shout-outs for teams, fans, or family?
Oh yeah, Darlington, a little tricky. But as long as I stay out of trouble, I think I might have a pretty good, solid run. Shout out to you guys for the broadcast, Lori for all she does, Shocker Marketing, everybody else on this team. Good run for Kyle tonight. Trevor got a little bit of wreck there, and everybody stuck it out.
Yeah, you mentioned Kyle. He did have a great run, up 20 spots, finishing 7th. That's one of your teammates there. But hey, man, we're looking forward to seeing you next week and see if you can bring it home, have a twofer.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try.
All right, buddy. You take care. Congratulations on the finish tonight.
Thank you. See y'all later.
See ya. And there's your champion, folks, Mr. Tim Pope, bringing it home, top step of the podium. He said, hey, welcome back to the top. I mean, it wasn't very far at all. Never is for Mr. Pope. Tremendous job in this race tonight. Let's see if we can do some last-minute checks here to make sure we're not missing out on anything. Take a look at the chat. Everything looks good. Congratulations out there. We appreciate that. And I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up, folks. Yep, so that's going to be it. We officially put round 5 in the books, and we're looking forward, like I mentioned, to Darlington Raceway in South Carolina. Make sure you tune in next Wednesday at 8:45 Eastern Standard Time to not miss out on any of the action. I want to thank my beautiful wife, Lori, again for everything she does for this series. You hear the drivers talk about it. It's a real thing, folks. She is the glue that binds VRL. But until next time, race fans, remember, stay sharp, stay fast, and above all else, stay vigilante. And we'll see you next time. Good night.
This ain't your mama's racing stream.